Hey everyone, you know what we're doing here today? It is our daily, not so daily, Spider-Man review. I mean, I was doing this daily at one point, but then I just kind of stopped out of nowhere. Not gonna lie, that's what's happened. Today we're talking about Spooderman 2. There's the booklet part, and there's the disc. Very cool, very cool. He's on the train, see, one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Um, so let's just start this off with what I give it, the review. Now, the review I'm giving it, I do not give lightly. I give Spider Man 2 a 10 out of 10. Now, when asked what is the best Spider Man movie, as much as I do love the MCU Spider Man, it obviously has to go to Spider Man 2. I have so many memories with this. I mean, I probably actually had more memories with Spider Man 1, because that's what we owned for the longest time, but I remember when my dad actually got me Spider Man 2 for the first time, and we rented it. And then we actually ended up buying it because I kept on, like, getting him to rent it to the point where he's like, you know what, we're just giving them more and more money, and I'm just losing more and more money instead of just buying it so I can watch it anytime I want. Uh, like, there's so many memorable scenes. Like, I almost actually got the, oh, Faye, you just hearted my comment! I love you, Faye, thank you. Okay, so, in Spider-Man 2, I almost actually got it wrong and almost said the Spider-Man 3 line where Stan Lee said, I guess one man can make a difference. Enough said. I almost said that, but in this cameo, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I watched it like 2 nights ago. I should have done it after I watched it, like I do most movies. So after that, he saves someone. That's what Stanley does in this movie, if I remember correctly. Uh, and you know, Spider-Man goes through the runner. He loses the girl. He loses his powers. Loses his best friend. Loses a mentor. Uh, but like at the end of the day, he still pulls through. He's still the hero. He he's still Spider-Man. Even though Peter Parker and Spider-Man were having conflicts, he still knew that at the end of the day, people needed Spider-Man. Now, Dr. Octopus was a wonderful villain. I hope in the MCU we at least get to see either a Dr. Octopus, a Green Goblin, or a Lizard. Now, I know we're probably never going to get a Lizard because they said they wanted to use villains that either we haven't seen in a long time or we've never seen before. So you can pretty much kiss Rhino, Electro, and Lizard goodbye. They're not going to happen for quite some time. It does seem like Venom is crossing over, so we will be seeing another Venom that isn't that 70s show Venom. Venom that is trying to be a Wendigo so bad. Get out of here. You're not. Uh, they updated the costume in this movie too compared to the first movie, which I did like. I did like that. I did like that a lot. I like the silver trim compared to the black webbing. I really did like that. Um, I'm trying to think of all the other stuff that I liked because there was a lot. As I said, obviously there was the train battle or they fought on the train. There was when they fought at the old factory that was abandoned that Dr. Octopus took over. There was a scene where, like, literally during the fight scene, where Spider-Man loses his mask and gets passed out inside the train, and, you know, they're like, you know, we're not going to tell your secret. One guy said, you know, he's old enough to be my kid. And to be honest, Tobey Maguire did not look like a kid. He looks like a full-grown adult, but you know what? I'll go with it. I mean, I didn't mention this in my actual Spider-Man review, but everyone there never looked like a teenager. Tom Holland and his crew still look like teenagers. Everyone in the cast for the original Spider-Man looks like they're in their 30s, so, you know. And they do set up, like, a lot of things. Like, you see the betrayal in Harry's eyes when he takes off Spider-Man's mask after, you know, Harry made a deal with Dr. Octopus. And, like, Spider-Man tried to help Harry in the beginning of the movie when the miniature sun, like, exploded. So, you know, it was pretty cool. I can't really think of anything else to say, mostly because of my short memory. The things I didn't like, I felt like it dragged too long in some places. But other than that, it was actually a very excellent movie. Like, I think every movie has, like, one or two scenes that drag on a little too long. And, you know, I do think Spider-Man 2 suffered from that, but so did Spider-Man 1 and 3. So did Spider-Man Homecoming. Far From Home was actually pretty fast-paced, so I don't really remember it having a scene where I was like, this is dragging on for too long. But every other Spider-Man movie, yeah, it definitely dragged on at points. I also got Spider-Man 2.0. It's right. Let me just. You'll see it. It was right there. Spider-Man 2.0. Which is basically a bonus. It's just an extended cut of Spider-Man 2, and I really enjoyed it. That the 2.0 was literally the Spider-Man 2 disc. They didn't make, you know, Spider-Man 2 then Spider-Man 2.0 disc. They just made it one disc. Yeah. And Tobey did a good job in this movie as Spider-Man and as Peter Parker. Yeah, his quips may have not been good, but I think for this time it actually suited that his quips didn't work, because he was, well, basically depressed the entire movie. He lost his pizza job, he was late for rent, lost his girl, Aunt May got sick, I think. Actually, no, she had a yard sale. I don't think she was actually sick. But she did go to the bank, because I think, if I remember correctly, she was having money problems. She actually ended up giving Peter money because he was in so much trouble. That did happen. I do remember that. Again, it's been 2 days. I think I accidentally confused Spider-Man 1 and 2 together, and she wasn't sick. Green Goblin blew up her house. Okay, where was I? There's not much that I can really say. I think I've said all that I could. I've even, like, given spoilers, but this movie's been out since 2004, so That's almost been 2 decades. If you have not seen it, it's not my problem. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come off as scumbaggish when I did that, but at the same time, it's been Spider-Man 1 is as old as me. The sequel came out 2 years later. So Spider-Man 2 is 15 years old. Almost 16. So, you know, that is almost 2 decades. So, that is my review. I dragged this out pretty long on accident, but I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I didn't really have anything that I disliked about it, because it just did a good job. So I'll let you just tell me how you thought about my review. I know I drew out this one super long compared to my other reviews, so leave a like, subscribe. You know the deal. Every YouTuber says it. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.